Hello, friends, and welcome to Learn, Apply, and Build. We are studying Python with Finance. Here in this lecture, we are going to see not Python with Finance. We are learning Finance with Python. Sorry, and we are going to see variables in Python. So, as a general understanding for you guys, what is a variable? If I just label x is equals to, let's say, 15. So, what is x now? X has a value 15, means variable is something which can store a value, right? If I assign some value or which stores some value, that is a variable, right? So if I have name is equals to, and let's say I write my name, me, right? So what does this name store? This name stores a variable because you have assigned the name to it. You have assigned a string to it, right? So, and you have assigned a number to this, right? Now, this is an assignment operator. Equal to sign means an assignment operator, right? So we'll study operators, but now currently how to assign a variable value to a variable is name, whatever variable name you want to give, and then equal to sign, and then whatever value you want to give. So variable name and the value. Now if I hover over this, you see variable written here. See, so this type is variable, and then literal me digit is stored in it, right? So that is the value, right? So if I just now, if I want to print a statement, if I want to print some statement here, let's say if I want to print Meet Jetwa, so I write here Meet Jetwa, right? So that is the general print statement here. So if I run this, it will print me Meet Jetwa, right? So that's easy, right? But I don't want to write the string inside the print statement. I want to mention the name because that is a variable, right? So that name can be anything, right? So I just write here name now inside. So when I write print and then the variable name inside, what will happen is it will always take the value of the whatever is assigned to this name variable, it will take the value. So if I write here name and run it, so it prints Meet Jitwa now, right? If I write here learn, apply, build, so then what will happen? It will print me now the name of that. So it will print me learn, apply, build. See, so I don't have to write the learn, apply, build in the print statement, right? So that is a like how to assign variables. Now I told you, right? So whatever comes inside the double inverted commas is a string, right? So if I want to check what is that, like how to check that the variable which is stored, or whatever the variable is storing is of which type, of which data type, right? So what I do is I write a print statement. I write print, and then inside the print function, now this is another inbuilt function in Python which is called type. Okay, type, and now again inside the bracket I pass the variable whose type I want to see. Type, what type of that variable is, right? So now if I run this, it will print me the learn, apply, build, and it will also print me the type of learn, apply, build. See, it is printing class str. Now what does str mean? I told you it is a string str, right? Now let's do something, and what I do is now here name is equals to learn, apply, build. Now here what I do is I pass here int, okay, and now I store this inside this bracket. Okay, so I open integer bracket, so this int means an integer. See, class int means integer, right? I just store this, and now if I try to print this now, and if I check that what is the type of the variable, that is the name variable, it will show me that it is a invalid literal, right? With base 10. Why? Because I can't, like, this is a string. Actually this was a string, and it tried to store that in the integer variable, so we get an error. So you can't do that, right? But I can convert a number to a string. So for example, if I just comment this out, and if I just try, let's say we had a value of x, then we have a value of a is equals to 10, and then b is equals to, let's say, 20. Okay, so what I do is I convert x variable. So now if I just try to print the type of x and y, so just let this uncomment this print type and let's write here x and just test it what it is, right? Let's test it. So that is class int by default. Okay, all of them, if you see, all of them will be class int by default. Okay, so see, it is class int a and b also. So b also will be class int here. Yeah, so all of them are class integers, right? Now what I do is I just take these and I convert them into different data types now. So what I do here, I do here str and just store that in a string. Here I do a integer, it is already an integer. I do a float and I store it here, float. Okay, and then here if I so that was already an integer. Python can also support complex numbers also. So if I just write here complex, but that won't suffice us. I'll have to write 2j or something, 20j or something, and then this we'll see the type. Okay, so we are not changing the type here, and we'll see what the type of that is. Okay, so we'll just need 3 print statements, 1, 2, and 3. So we have x, a, and b, right? Okay, now that's done. We comment this out, and now let's check. So we've converted x to a string str. So now the type of x has to be str here, right? So let's run it. So when we run it, we get the class of x is str, class of the a is float, and the last one, see, it is complex 20j. So yeah, Python also supports complex numbers or complex data type here. Okay, so yes. Now another thing for variables is that just a basic understanding as we start with the variables is that variables are case sensitive. So variables can be are case sensitive, not can be, they are case sensitive. So if I just have a is equals to, let's say I store a number here, let's say 5, and then I have capital A is equals to, I store a string here, let's say me. Okay, and if I want to run this, like, so this a will not have the value of this a, small a, right? So if I print a and a separately, if I print a comma a, these both will be different values. See, Mate and 5, these both will be different values. This a won't overtake the value, will not overwrite the value of small a, right? So that was variables, a basic understanding of the variables here for you. So in the next, after this, in the next lecture, what we'll see is how to like print the variables inside a statement, like how to print a statement using the variables, right? So over to the next lecture. Thank you so much and happy learning.